Finally, my feet are killing me, and I'm starved.
You know we're not even 10 miles from home. I think. Crest?
8 or 9, max.
I did suggest we save up for horses, but you had to be impatient.
That'd take days, though, Jack. And hey, Arthur was the one who was itching to get on the road, not me.
Do not bring me into this, please.
Can we just go inside already?
With pleasure.
My lady.
Shut up before I hit you.
Not that many people here.
It's not even noon. Lunch rush will come then.
Let's try to leave before then. I hate being crowded.
Then I'd recommend not coming into a tavern if that's what you're concerned about, Drow.
I'm only dark elf on my mother's side.
I see. So a half-elf, an illusionist, a tear, a daywalker, and a blue hair walk into a bar. It's like the setup of a bad joke.
Illusionist?
Whoa! Crest?
What even?
Right, that reminds me. Try nothing too violent under my roof. I've put a protection ward up so nothing untoward happens between patrons.
A ward? Like with magic? Wouldn't it only work on spells then? What if someone pulled a blade or some other weapon?
Swords and daggers will get stuck in their sheaths, maces become heavy as sin, bowstrings will snap, arrowheads will be brittle as glass, and so on and so forth. Now, someone was once stabbed in the eye with a butter knife, but frankly, they probably deserved it.
Whoa, it's like it's rusted or something.
Wards are tricky magic, though. Even Crest couldn't manage one day and night. That makes you akin to a warlock.
Technical term is a witch, but it's all really me being extremely paranoid. Don't need colorful groups like yourselves bloodying up my floors. Again.
Speaking of, you were certainly quick to pick us apart individually. I thought I hid my condition well enough.
Aye, but it doesn't stop you lot from sticking out worse than an orc in the tundra. Especially going by your fangs. But on the sharp gleaming side. The magician's pointy hat, the blue hair, and that mask you're wearing, Tyr. Means you're out for war, doesn't it?
Not for blood, mind, but honor. John Paul Tyr. Everyone calls me Jack. This is my fiancée, Elizabeth Core.
Charmed.
Then there's our friends, Joan Morgan, Crest White, and Arthur Holliday.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure. I'm Hood, and this is my inn. What can I get you?
Some manners for starters.
Table for 5, please. Menus too.
There's one over by the window. I'll be by in a moment.
Nice save, Arthur.
No problem. Someone's got to keep these two from making trouble.
She didn't have to be so rude.
Yeah. Call me an illusionist.
Guys, last thing we need is to get kicked out of one of the few rest stops on the road home.
Yeah? And what if she called you a garbage artist, huh?
Then I would have dealt with it like a grown-up, by ignoring it.
Arthur, you're banging your head on a brick wall.
I know. Here, while we wait, might as well see which road to take. Crest?
Well, from what I can figure, and we could go in any particular direction. Westray's to the south, the imperial city of Noctis is to the north, and the elvish city of Nirim is to the west.
What's that town to the east?
Greenrod? It's an old imperial fief. Master Greymore says it's been abandoned for years since the darkness fell. Only things that live there now are wildlife. Probably monsters, too.
Land any good?
Could do with a name change.
Already looking to settle down? We've only just left home.
Just wondering. Say, did we have any particular destination in mind?
3 or 4, but they're so far off it hardly matters. I'm up for whatever.
About the same for me.
Well, I'd love it if we could get to the capital before year's end. I've always wanted to see the Magician's Academy. Who knows? Maybe I'll get to meet the Archmage.
And entrance him with your illusions?
Stop teasing him, Joan. Well, the capital's just up the river. We could make better time cutting through the forests. Any objections?
Several.
Excuse me?
Before I put your plans to rest, I'd like to ask, how old are you lot?
Liz is the oldest, 21.
So all of you were born after the ruin began. Alright, that makes sense. So let me ask you another question. Do you know anything about the outside world, about what's been going on?
Bits and pieces. Nothing further than Crozus to the northwest.
Well, count yourselves lucky I caught you before you wandered into a monster den. Or worse, a war camp. Neither are particularly favorable to trespassers, no matter their excuse.
Monsters we can handle, but what do you mean by war camp?
Surprised? Things ain't as grand as your parents or anyone else in your village probably said or thought they were. We got 2 wars going on, with a third probably on the way.
So soon after the ruin?
You'd be surprised how easy to believe that is. The Ash Elves Republic was itching for a reason to stick to the Empire after our alliance during the ruin ended. Though I suppose it's more over honor and glory than anything else. Then you have the Orc nomads and the Sea Dwarves squabbling over territory down south. A little more serious by comparison, but regardless, adding on to a powder keg of strife.
And the monsters? I thought they came and went away with the darkness.
I'd imagine it's not quite that simple. Right?
If it were, I'd have never re-enlisted back during the ruin.
I knew I recognized that mark. You're an Imperial Orc Knight.
Former, but yes. And you want my advice? Stick to the main roads. Keep your eyes peeled, your chin up, your noses clean. You don't know who or what you'll meet out here. Even with the sun out, things still lurk in the dark. Tale older than most of us.
If it helps, we're not really looking for trouble or to get involved in a, war. We're just looking to journey around. I want to paint a few places I've heard of is all.
A blue hair painting. For luck.
I know that's like a ritual of yours, but in our experience, wouldn't you say luck and alcohol don't mix? Good morning, Hood. How's it hanging with you? Oh, I'm doing just fine, Marcass. I'm so glad you're still alive after walking such dangerous roads. Come on, Hood. I know there's a human being in that cold, cold heart of yours. How is it hanging, Hood?
A little to the left these days, Marcass. The road fare you well?
Funny you should ask. So far, I can't complain. I have a few more parcels and packages to deliver. Bunch of letters, too. But that is more bits for me, so, as I said, I'm not complaining. Oh, right. I was walking in on the North Road, and I saw a bunch of wolves standing at the tree line. Now, I know what you're gonna say. Wolves in the forest, how unusual. No, these stayed back. They watched me. They were trained. So I'm guessing brigands or bandits?
Sounds annoying, but I'll deal with them later.
Really? You're gonna deal with them? One last thing, Hood. Is Matthias here? We met him 2 years ago. Ash Elf. We saw him during the King's Summit. I have a secret letter for him, whatever that means. I tried to catch him and near him, but I guess I just missed him. They said he was heading to Noctis next, so I knew he'd come through here.
Upstairs. Run into the second room.
Alright, thanks.
Hey, no funny business, or there'll be hell to pay for you and your Ash friend.
Wow.
It's impolite to stare, Jack.
Who's he staring at?
Barkeep?
Sorry, just never met an Arc Knight before. And she certainly holds herself to the standards set in hearsay. As in the take no crap and be ready to beat anyone's face in standards.
So it goes. All Arc Knights are supposedly like that.
Wait, do you mean an Arc Knight or an Arch Knight? Because there's a difference.
Given she's not exactly leading the entire Imperial army from here, the former.
Hey, just recalling my father's words.
You actually listen to Lord Edward, Lady Joan?
Hey, when I want commentary from the Peanut Gallery, I'll ask you, Arthur.
She was certainly interested in Arthur, though. Shocked to the core by the idea of him painting.
Must be that she believes the legend.
Ah, yes, the legend of the Blue Hairs, with our grand ability to change the world.
Always thought that was vague. It's just some odd hair color.
Actually, blue hairs are considered a subrace of humans, like ash elves and dark elves are to high elves, though much more rare. Back when Imperials were known as Eastmen, blue hairs were called the Favored for their near divine ability to become prodigies and a chosen skill.
Which, in my case, I chose to become a shoddy artist.
But you can still, change that, right?
Nope, it's a one-off. Don't ask me how it works.
I always thought of it as a racial ability, like a dark elf's enhanced stealth and senses, or an ash elf's extreme tolerance to heat.
Sure as hell would have picked something different, like magic or swordplay if it meant changing the world, though. Would be a nice life being some great hero.
Or a villain. Get your face put on a poster like this guy.
Oh, neat. Another blue hair. Never seen one before. Arthur?
Nope. Guessing they all stayed put during the ruin. Maybe we'll get to meet some. That guy's face technically isn't on a poster.
Your hair matches, I think.
No way! Too tame. Not like this mop.
Joan!
Call me a lady again, blue boy.
Bring that closer. Does that say 50,000 gold bits? That much for one man? What's his name?
It's crossed out. The poster is also extremely old.
I recognize the mask. Not sure from where, however.
I wonder. Hey, barkeep! Can we ask you something?
Everything to your liking?
Oh, it's great, thank you. But we had a question for you. Who's this guy and what'd he do to get that much of a price on his head?
Huh. I forgot I had that up. You don't know who that is?
Aside from his hair color, nothing.
Well, let me put it simply. That poster is over a decade and a half old. The reward's been raised thrice over and nobody's ever claimed it.
Why? What'd they do?
He did something stupid and he died for it. That's all you need to know, so best leave it at that.
Well, that happened.
That was great.
I'll say, I feel like I could run all the way to the ocean.
And then what? You can't swim.
Yes, I can!
Arthur, you two went swimming once, right? Care to share?
Don't you dare, blue boy.
Hey, Holiday, Tyr, come here a second.
Aw.
Oh, thank me, Kel.
We'll wait for you two. Did you find anything else interesting on the notice board, Crest?
A few things, actually. Monster sightings, courier jobs, something about a museum, heading to the Grand Capital.
Alright, let's get this show on the road. Capital, here we come!
What did Hood want to talk to you two about, John?
Just wanted us to keep an eye out for those wolves that courier mentioned earlier.
He said they seem trained. What if we run into bandits?
Huh, as if some lowly bandits could take us down. With us all together, they won't stand a chance.
So, that him?
Yes.
Certainly looks.
I'm aware. It's just been a long time. Listen, Marcus. I need a favor.